So today I want to share a piece I've been working on it's one of my favorite books to teach from. It's Thompson's. It's a book by Thompson called Keyboard Frolics. It's from the 20s, 1920s, 1930s. It's an old book, but I really like it because it's hard to find piano music that's interesting, not just like, that kind of stuff where you're like, God, this is so depressing. So he's got really interesting music. I love to teach from this book. So, as many of you know, can see from my channel, I've been recording a lot of videos about how to learn a really tough piece. A prelude by Rachmaninoff is one of these wild, he's a concert virtuosic pianist that also writes music, which is always a dangerous combination because it's really hard stuff. And I was playing it and I was realizing, you know what, this is pretty hard for me. So I want to show you what it looks like to play a piece that's at the right level or maybe even too easy for someone. So what I find in teaching my students is that often we give ourselves music that's too hard. And what I teach all my students is that easy comes first. When we're beginning and even at an intermediate level, the most important thing is to play music that's just easy, it feels easy, and yet it's interesting. That's why I love this Thompson book, because it's one of these rare books that has easy and interesting pieces. So I'm going to share with you how I've been thinking about this. So first of all, what do I mean by a piece that's easy? How do you know that it's easy? Well, pretty simple. The way I know that a piece is easy is that I can focus on my breathing and still play the piece properly. So what I've done is I've gone back to like just really easy basic music, and I was playing my Rachmaninoff and I was like, you know what, I'm not breathing. And how do you know you're not breathing? Of course you're breathing if you're still alive. But if you get to a point and you think to yourself, oh, I can't remember the last time I thought about my breath, it means that for you the piece is too difficult and you need to go back. Either learn it differently or learn it slower. But I'm going to show you some tricks that I do to take a piece that is becoming difficult and is too hard. So I'm going to play this for a bit. I'm just going to play this Thompson piece a bit, and you're going to hear how it sounds, and then I'll show you what I'm doing to be able to do it. So again, I've memorized it a bit. For me, it's fairly on the easy side. I can talk more about how to memorize, but let's just say we've already memorized the piece and it's on the easy range for you. So here's how it goes. It goes like this. That's it. So that's the piece. It's like 2 lines long. Um, so there, I was able to focus on my breathing the whole time, and that's really good practice for me. To just focus on breathing, feeling good in my chair. I'm mostly focusing on body stuff and just making sure that my body stays, that I'm present with my body and that my body stays calm. That's it. That's the exercise. Pick really easy music, memorize it or read it, whatever. But make sure it's easy enough that you can just focus on easy breathing, not even big breaths. In fact, as small as possible to stay comfortable because breathing's big effort. If you breathe, you're moving your shoulders, you're moving your diaphragm around. Small breaths, just little breaths. It doesn't have to be often. I was breathing you know, like that, in, out, gentle, gentle. I could barely hear it. Um, Now, interesting thing, when I'm playing this piece, sometimes I get to this part and it's uneven. Listen to this. I would go like this, or like that, or like that. Like my hands were badly timed and I was getting tense. I was going, oh, this is frustrating. My hands aren't moving together, and so I wasn't focusing on my breathing. So the secret for times like that is actually just to not care and to not try. So I know it sounds funny, but I actually focus on, a lot of people focus on doing right and then making it easy, but I'm the opposite. I say focus on making it easy, and then once it's easy, it's a lot easier to make it right. Once the body's relaxed and and the mind is relaxed and it's not tense about stuff, you can make adjustments more easily from an easy place, and things are gonna just flow better. So remember, easy first, And if you find yourself getting tense up, all tense about how you're playing something, sometimes you can just change your mentality. Now the advantage is here, I'm playing kind of, when I teach, I do a lot of what I call kind of what you might call throwaway music. It's music that I'm not particularly attached to. I'm never going to go to Carnegie Hall and play a Thompson keyboard frolic, right? I'm not, if I play this way or that way, I don't care. Like for me, it's kind of, it's fun to play. I can play it for friends, but if I make a bad habit and I'm just learning to play it like, like that, it doesn't matter. It's not like the Rachmaninoff where if I'm making, terrible habits, I can be a little more tense about that, right? But still, I'll go over how to make stuff easy in a kind of more high pressure situation. But even then, honestly, even if it's like important music like this Rachmaninoff, I think I did that in one of my videos. There was something that I kept playing wrong. The first thing to do is to play it wrong on purpose. I want the intention to match the goal in the piano learning. I teach intentionality, and that's the kind of piano teaching that I do. I want you to reach the goals that you set for yourself before you start playing at least 80% of the time. And so the easiest way to do that is just to lower the bar, meet the goal, but just do it on purpose and don't have this sense of like trying and reaching. No, the goal should be breathing. Those should be the goals. So those were a couple of things I wanted to show you with the kind of easy music that I'm doing. So I'm going to kind of try to bring this easy breathing mentality back to the Rachmaninoff, and I'm going to try to apply it there. So we're going to see how that goes. So again, easy before right. Making things easy is the most important thing. And how do you know it's breathing? It's easy is when you're paying attention to your breathing and you're able to just focus on like, okay, how's the breathing going? Am I feeling relaxed in my body while playing the music at the same time? And you can do that with music that's extremely difficult. It should be pretty relaxed the whole time. Remember, these are really small bones we have in our hands and fingers. If you're introducing tension to stuff, you can really pay later. That's why easy is always coming first. And plus, like I said, I'm teaching as a relaxation. I'm teaching adults. I'm teaching people that need piano to be a time of de-stressing and connecting with the body. Easy and body comes first, always, for my teaching and for my method. So, hope you enjoyed this. Talk soon.